And she seemed quite like, sort of, what is he like? That sort of thing, that sort of relationship,
What do you like?
Yeah. So, yeah, that was that. No wonder I forgot to talk about it. It was so boring.
Wow. We're losing the people that are actually interested in Big Brother Australia.
Yeah, for
by
God's
the second.
sake. Right, come on, Big Brother Australia. What happened this week?
Well, what episode are we beginning at?
21.
I can't remember. SJ and Danny.
We're in the executive suite.
Oh, okay, so it's the beginning of the HOH. Do you want to talk about the HOH in general before we go into the episode? Or
I don't know. Why? What have you got to say?
Well, what did you think about their take on the HOH? Because it wasn't the HOH as we knew it, was it?
No. They'll probably get sued by CBS if they did that.
No, it's all part of the Endemol family. You can pick and choose as you wish, can you not?
I don't really have a take on it. I just go along for the ride thinking, I hope Danny stays in another day. And just approach it from that angle.
Well, what about the HOH room? It was the panic room converted. You can't convert a panic room into an HOH room, can you?
No, it wasn't that fussed on the room. I like them going mad with power. Sad that they didn't give anyone the sniffles, but can't have it all.
Oh yeah, actually, okay. This is something that I've heard in the week. I listened to Tully's podcast.
Here we go. We should be sponsored by Tully's podcast.
Who she had Charlotte on.
Who?
Yeah, quite. Who revealed that actually this season had hot water all the time in the Big Brother house, even though it's supposed to be limited, and they were told it was limited, but they were always like, don't say anything, don't let Big Brother know. They must be like,
they've accidentally left it
on.
on.
They've accidentally left the water on, or there's a glitch where it doesn't go off anymore, so they were having hot showers the whole time. Speaking of the sniffles,
I see. Interesting.
so it would have been been cool for them to be able to turn off the hot water. That's a staple, isn't it?
They should have done that. Just make them go in the pool all the time. Get in the pool. The ultimate punishment.
Not the pool. So it's actually called the executive suite, wasn't the HOH room? It doesn't even have a fucking ensuite, let alone the executive suite.
And they were allowed to do diary room interviews with people, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
I'm not sure about that. Is that a step too far?
Possibly.
I think it's fine.
They had a monitor in there and a microphone, and they were allowed to help out with tasks, apparently. And Big Brother said, and in doing so, including the diary room interviews, you will get a massive insight into the gameplay of your fellow housemates. Did they? Did they really? I don't feel like they actually exploited that very well.
No, I don't think so.
Someone said, what are they going to be doing in there? Adriana said, eating, laughing and planning, which is quite a nice itinerary for your time in the executive suite.
My biggest shock of the week was Adriana had a husband. What the fuck?
Well, they don't. This is the thing, you don't really get to hear about their families. Like, even the fact that SJ has a husband, you don't really.
But I thought Adriana was showmancing Danny.
Oh, good point.
Yeah. She actually has a husband.
Do you know what? I've got a soft spot for Adriana, and I don't know why.
She's alright, isn't
Why
she?
do I always off-piste, bland women? I don't really know why.
How is she off-piste?
She's
a bit kooky, isn't she?
No, I mean she's quite bland.
Oh,
I mean,
she's a bit kooky, I'd say. A bit like, ooh, what day of the week is it?
Oh, maybe. But, she's like a sort of late entrant. She's a bit older. She's not really doing that
boring,
much. But for some reason, in this this last week of episodes, I was getting a bit worried about her future.
Oh, I'm not that bothered.
I think Dan's my Dan is not that into her. And I was like, no, not my Adriana.
I'm just getting wine, carry on.
So I kept calling her my Adriana for some reason. But she does. She reminds me of Sarah Harding as well for some reason. So SJ was making everyone who voted to evict her jump in the pool. So she did get some insight into gameplay.
SJ was going mad with power the second she got it, wasn't she? Oh yeah, that's true. Was that how she found out who voted?
It's how she found out that Mary voted
Mary
her
got
out.
in there. Oh, Mary had a face like a slapped arse the whole episode, didn't she?
Mary showed herself to be such a
sourpuss,
bloody bitch this last week.
She did, yeah.
And I'm glad she's gone,
I
to
am
be
too,
honest
I
with
can't
you.
stand her.
I thought, you know what, Mary? You've been such a fucking bad sport throughout this whole thing that you deserve to go. And in fact, I don't know, give her a backdoor eviction and no taxi ride home. Give her a fucking Uber bike outside.
Poor Marley, fucking hell.
Oh yeah, Marley has put through the ringer emotion as well. She walked out without fucking hugging the man.
Yeah, I mean he did put her up, but he was assured she was going to stay.
The mob, mum. Oh yeah, now you want to vote out the mob. Oh, get a grip, Mary. No one gives a shit about you. but as bland as a beige wall. Danny said, "You got to come to the Danny Hayes boot camp of Big Brother. We've got to get you ready for war." To SJ. SJ was right in Danny's everything, wasn't she?
Oh,
right
God.
right up against him.
Yeah, Danny said, your game ended tonight. It didn't. SJ's game has ended when she went in the attic.
Many times.
Didn't she get evicted another time? I feel like she got evicted another time as well.
Nah, only
3
twice.
fucking times she's been evicted, that woman. Something like that. So now it was like, it's 5 people versus 5 people. It's like, which
split
way
down
is
the
it
middle.
going to go?
Mary... Oh, sorry, the next day this was.
Oh, yeah.
Well, hang on. SJ also felt betrayed by Sid and Mary, she said. Sid as well turned on her.
Sid showed a new side to himself this week, didn't he?
Did he?
I liked it.
Did he? What, trying to come for Danny? He's done that before.
No, coming after Marley.
Oh, yeah. Well, he backtracked on that pretty quick.
I enjoyed that.
It was Dear 48, and then Mary said, "SJ is my other half. We're the same age," she
They
said.
ain't the
They're
same
not the same
age,
age.
no.
They're 10 years apart.
That's like when I say to Jack, we're the same age. Try and convince
I
him.
was going to say, leading on from that discussion. You're not the same age unless you're -7 + 2.
Yeah.
She goes, "We get along." She didn't want Mary to leave. Why have I said that? Who's that?
She didn't want SJ to leave.
If you miss, you get a target on your back. She didn't want SJ to leave.
Oh, then I don't know.
Confused.
I don't know
I don't know what I mean.
I've got something that I do understand.
Yeah.
I was confused to see SJ in the house talking to other people. I thought, what the hell? They got the executive suite, but they're just allowed to wander around willy-nilly with the other
Confine people
housemates.
to the Mexican suite.
Arriba! I don't think we're allowed to have the
executive
Mexican
suite.
suite anymore. That's
No,
cultural appropriation.
the Mexican dinner was a stretch too far last year. Mary said,
Weren't you surprised to see SJ in the house? Did you think they were going to be allowed to mingle with the other housemates?
absolutely. They're the
I
HOH.
didn't.
You're not. You got to like walk around. It's like the boss walking through the office every now and then. You got to put the willies up people.
Yeah, what are you working on?
Yeah, exactly. I remember, speaking of which, I remember one time in my office, I don't know if I've ever said this before, but I joined my team and the guy that I sit next to very often had Twitter open. So I thought that he did the company Twitter.
Social media.
And then one time I went, Jamie does the Twitter, right? And then he was like, no, I don't. I was like, oh, because I've seen you with Twitter open. So why did you say
Called out. Did he give you a dirty look?
No, I just felt really awkward. I was like, oh shit, I've kind of just outed you.
That is
being
so
on Twitter all day.
you. That is the most you story I've heard ever. She's very revengeful.
Very revengeful.
Is that
Not a real term. Mary said that. I'm quite afraid. I know she's very revengeful. SJ has some ideas for the first prank. Task.
For the 2 IC people.
Oh, second in command.
That's confusing me because I'm internal comms and we say IC. So I was thinking, I won't work.
Tilly was in the diary room.
Oh.
Yeah, Big Brother said, I'm going to hand you over to my 2IC. SJ has been hiding the Tim Tams and the crisps, or chips. Tilly has got to put them in Ari's bed. Is it a good idea to reveal that you've been hoarding the food? I don't think that's good gameplay,
I wasn't sure about this whole section. Didn't make any sense to me. Weird.
It was funny. It was good when Ari realised they were under his bedding, though.
When Tilly is trying to do it and Mary's just like, come on, sat in
Mary
there,
was there.
fuck off!
See, this has been another bitchy move by Mary. She's been belligerent. She didn't want to leave the room.
It's like it's obvious there's something going on. Just fuck off. It's that little Robin, isn't it?
And also,
gunning for Terry.
Mary. Let's be honest about Mary. Mary has no place on television. She has no place in Big Brother. She should not be on this show. She doesn't know her fucking ass from her elbow. She can't work out what strategy is. She's stayed in there by the good graces of the other housemates because she's nothing to anyone.
Cooks.
And because she cooks. She was scouted because she's the mother of some famous person from Australia and Married at First Sight, for sure.
That is not a famous person. It's just
In Australia it is.
Okay.
So Mary doesn't understand that, in Big Brother you have secret missions, and when they happen, you have to let someone get on with them.
Yeah.
So I get it that she doesn't get it, but at the same time, you've been in there for how many
Yeah,
days? Do you not
you've
understand?
seen it. Yeah, exactly.
But Tilly, I thought, expertly weaponised Mary as part of this. She
Oh, yeah,
told
to
her
go
to go and
look out.
spy.
That was it.
So, in a way, I felt like, in the strict terms, Tilly kind of didn't pass this because she kind of had to reveal to Mary that something was going on to make it work. But she did the best she could in a sticky situation, I thought.
Yeah. Tilly always comes through. And I'm happy with Tilly now because she's back on side with Dan. So
she is.
I'm glad that finally got revealed because we'd been unsure about that for a couple of weeks.
I was a
we?
bit worried when Tilly started to talk about your alliance, and like us, because it is still...
Yeah.
Tilly's still not saying outright I'm aligned with Danny, but she's willing to work with him.
There's a secret alliance.
So it's kind of like there's a fracture there, but she's at the moment on side with his
But the
ideas.
fact that there was even anything there, I thought it was all gone. So the fact there was something, I was like, sweet.
The thing is, Tilly can win stuff.
I know
Tilly will at some point have to turn on someone.
Unless they are going to go for this whole, we want the big players to be at the end.
Oh,
That's bollocks on it. Come on, let's be honest.
I mean, it's not good strategy.
No.
To get you to the win.
No.
So, yeah, they had to clean the bedroom.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had to hide the stuff under the covers.
Danny said, if it's not a thorough clean, you'll be in the pool. I'm sick of it being a mess in there. Calm down, Danny.
Yeah, all right, Dad.
Oh, there was some roast chicken crisps I noticed in the bed. I thought they looked good. I want to try those.
I didn't spot that level of detail. There you go. Lindsay can spot the roast chicken crisp from a country mile off.
I can. That's my favourite flavour. Oof.
Oh, so after that, so Aria's like, oh, how did these get here? Like, guys, who put these here? Like, and did they suspect it was Danny and SJ? I feel like they did.
Yeah, I think so.
This is not good HOH. Like,
I know.
Okay, you've just revealed that you've been hoarding snacks, and now you've tried to fuck someone over.
And you're torturing everyone by making them go in the pool.
Silly. Gonna backfire. Because it only lasts for so long.
Exactly. Are you enjoying Ari a bit more now? I think he's a good character.
I actually am.
I think he's a good character. I put, Dan and SJ aren't doing a good job of keeping their alliance happy. Because they were making them, like Ari's and their alliance, theoretically. Or was there.
Yeah, he's like a number for their alliance. A satellite to the alliance.
But it's so flexible, the alliances at the moment. Like, they could literally go anyway, don't you think? There's no one that loyal to anyone
Can't be turned.
else. There's no one who's like...
Well, Adriana couldn't be turned against Danny.
No, but there's not that many sort of tight pairs in the house.
No, there's not actually. And they've done quite well to sort of dismantle pairs going along.
Which is good.
Next, they had this like timed tasks in the diary room.
What was that?
It was a competition to win a place at a cocktail party with the HOH. Were they calling them the HOH? No, the 2IC.
Yeah, no, I did hear them say HOH at some point, I'm sure.
Marley wants to win a ticket to make deals with Danny. And I thought, well, that's good for us if Marley can make deals with Danny.
You could deal with the devil.
Big Brother says, is it your biggest fear? Or is it your greatest weakness?
Hopefully.
What lies behind the diary room door?
Hopefully my greatest weakness. Rather than my biggest fear.
Jamie Dornan.
Ah! Oh, yes please.
What were you going to say is your greatest weakness?
Don't mind if I do.
You just rather that than your biggest fear.
Yeah. No, I wasn't. I was thinking about Jamie Dornan quite a lot this week. Just thinking about how normally I hate the Northern Irish accent, but on him I was just like, oh, it's so good.
Why is he an actor?
Yeah.
Okay, don't really
Just
know
a
who he is.
fucking resident hottie is what he is.
Resident hottie. So Adriana goes in, and there is a goat in there on some AstroTurf.
Do you drag it to the end, or is it the greatest of all time? Have you got this joke?
No.
Come on.
The goat is called Sadie.
Animal cruelty.
But she doesn't have to eat the goat like the T-Rex in Jurassic Park.
Oh.
She has to eat the goat's cheese on some crackers next to the goat.
There's a lot on there, wasn't there?
It was quite elaborate to bring in a goat to let Adriana eat some cheese on crackers.
Leave that goat alone. It was quite sweet, the little goat.
So Dan said I need to expose myself. I asked...
Excuse me?
Dan said you need to tell them on the podcast that he said it's my Dan.
Go on.
When the goat was there, because the goat was like sniffing at that podium.
Yeah.
And I went, is it okay for the goat to eat goat's cheese?
Oh yeah, it's like cannibalism.
Yeah. And he thought that was like a silly suggestion. And I was like, he's like, of course it is, just cheese.
No.
Because like a goat can suckle on a goat, right?
No, I know what you mean though. That's how like mad cow disease happened.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, because cows were eating
That's what
meat.
I thought.
Yeah, you're right. Dan's wrong. You're right.
But then the baby goats obviously drink the milk, and then the goat's cheese is just from the milk, so maybe it's the same thing.
Yeah, the cheese is probably fine. If the goat ate like a goat, what do you have a goat in? goat
Goat
curry or something.
Curry
Yeah,
goat.
that would probably be wrong. That's a